Shalom, shalom, everyone. Blessings. This is Dr. Nabi Abat Yehuda, bringing you intimate truth. And I want to welcome you to sowing into your own field, investing in you. And today we're going to be talking about from the back burner to the front of your own life. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So I want you to take some good, copious notes and pay attention to things that stand out for you. So, and I just want to thank you so much for investing in yourself. Sometimes it's a hard thing to do. It's courageous and yet it's still intentional. So, we're going to be talking today about capable women and how we tend to disappear. And we're going to be talking about reclaiming our lives. And so there's something called the capability trap. And so competence becomes a magnet for a responsibility, because you can carry it all. People let you. And eventually you expect it of yourself. And so one of the things that I want to talk about is that this is something that rarely happens all at once. Over time, this capable woman begins over-serving others, quietly setting aside their own needs and slipping from priority to afterthought. And the emotional and energetic toll, listen, it's real. It is so real. Yet the process is so subtle, it often goes unnoticed until one day it simply feels like disappearance. And I want you to write this down. This is important. Micro surrenders. Micro surrenders. So, like I said, it rarely happens all at once, but it happens in like tiny, quiet choices. Saying yes when you really want to say no, and just swallowing your own needs to keep the peace, or just putting your goals at the bottom of the to-do list, right? So there's something that I want you to write down. It's called a vertical alignment. And a vertical alignment is something where you make a list and everything on the list is in the order of its priority. You have to be on that list, beloved. Make sure you're on the list. So we want to talk about serving others versus abandoning yourself. So we got serving others. It's intentional, nourishing, and balanced. Serving others from a place of wholeness. From a place of wholeness. Did I say from a place of wholeness? It's going to energize you, and it's going to literally fulfill you. So it's a feel good thing, and it's a conscious gift that you choose to give. Now, abandoning yourself is compulsive, it's exhausting, and one-sided. Self-abandonment drains and depletes, and it is a pattern of compromise that erodes your sense of self over time. Now, here's the key distinction, and you could take a screenshot, write this down. Writing is so much better because it helps with memory. But this is the key distinction. Serving is a gift you give from abundance. You can't just be out here in these streets talking about, I'm just going to serve and I'm going to give to charity and my family needs me, so I'm going to give. You have to give from a place of abundance. Abandoning yourself is a slow loss of self, and it's often unnoticed until you feel invisible in your own life, where you feel like your own life, your own dreams, your own visions no longer matter. So I want you to ask yourself, are you giving from a full cup or an empty one? Think about it. You got presence, purpose, and boundaries. They're not luxuries. They are the foundation of authentic service. Wow, this is good. All right. So let me give you some signs that you're living on the back burner. You rarely say no. You feel guilty when you do. And by the way, no, I said this before, it's a complete sentence. Your goals and desires consistently take a backseat to everything and everyone, and you feel exhausted, overwhelmed, or quietly resentful. Is that how you feel? This is the time for a soul check. Do you feel resentful, or you're fighting feeling resentful? Now, you should not just go into this, I just feel resentful. You something you should fight. But if you're feeling a tug, like you really want to feel resentful, but you know you shouldn't be, but you're still fighting it, that's a sign. That's a place that you want to mark down. And please take the opportunity to journal, because it's really going to help you. And you also feel invisible, or you feel undervalued in your own life. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but we're getting too old to be out here in these streets and allowing people, places, and things, situations, make us feel undervalued in our own life. Okay? So, investing in yourself is stewardship. It's definitely not selfishness. So I want to give you a biblical or a spiritual foundation. You are a vessel. Neglecting the vessel isn't humility. It's poor stewardship of the dynamic gifts, the visions, and the capacity that God has placed in you. So stewardship just basically means taking responsible care of everything entrusted to you, including yourself, investing in your growth, rest, boundaries. It's a word, boundaries. And joy doesn't deplete your ability to serve others, it fuels it. So I want you to reflect on, whose voice have you been listening to? We're getting ready to go into a soul check. So think about the soil principle. The soil, SOIL, principle. You cannot harvest a crop from a field you never watered or sowed into. Investing time, capital, think about energy. You just can't do it. You know, listen, I'm going to say this again. You cannot harvest a crop from a field you never watered or sowed into. You're investing time, capital, and energy into your growth. That ensures you have a bountiful harvest to offer the world. Hello, hello, hello. And then modeling for others. Taking care of yourself shows your family and your children, your grandchildren, and community what a healthy, self-respecting human looks like. Well, that's good all day. That'll preach all day. So let's talk about the mindset for a moment. Reasons versus excuses. And limiting beliefs. And think about that word limiting. Limiting beliefs, it means you're limited. That means you can't go all the way. I just want to throw that in. That's free. A reason is valid. It's reality grounded. And an excuse, I always say excuses are nothing more than a well-planned lie. I've been saying it forever. I don't even know where I got it from, but it's true. Excuses are nothing more than a well-planned lie. And an excuse is self-sabotaging story that keeps you stuck. It's a self-sabotaging story that keeps you stuck. And limiting beliefs like my needs aren't important, or I must always put others first. Quietly, and I do mean quietly, and stealthily erode your sense of self. Recognizing these patterns is the first step to reclaiming your choice. Now, there's choices and then there's decisions. Decisions are what you want to start making, not just choices, because when you make a decision, beloved, that means all the other options are gone. They're done. They don't exist. All right? So we're going to do something called Mirror Mirror, but I want to do a stop in for a soul check. Remember when I asked whose voice have you been listening to? So there's the noise expectation. Are you operating from your internal calling, or are you reading? Or let me say it like this: are you operating from your internal calling, or are you just basically reacting to the expectations of your family, the culture, past traumas, old roles, past experiences? I really, really want you to think about that. That's good. This is how we do soul checks. And we're going to get into mirror, mirror for a moment. Okay? Discerning the source. The voice of fear and obligation says, if you don't do it, everything will fall apart. The voice of purpose and truth says you are called to build a life, not just maintain everyone else's. Hello, hello. That's what you should start singing to your family. Hello, is it me you're looking for? I'm not here. I'm out. It's okay. Laugh, smile, and give your face a break. All right, so here's the pivot. Here's the pivot. Shifting from I can't because to how can I honor my calling despite XYZ, you fill in the blank. That moves you from a passive participant to the architect of your life. So while you're standing there, looking at yourself in the mirror, and I used to do this with a group of women, and it was so powerful, so powerful. I literally had them standing in front of the mirror. And I would just ask them questions. I ask the questions, but I want this to be something that you get used to doing. You ready? I want you to take a moment to pause and listen deeply when you do this. So normally what I'll do is if there's something that you know that you should have done but you have not done, you get in front of the mirror, you get quiet, and you get intentional because you're looking for answers, because the answers are definitely within you. And so if you can take this moment to just follow the sound of my voice. Where in your life have you been on the back burner? Where in your life had you made your own needs last as though they don't matter, like someone else's needs were more important than you and yours and then I mean on a consistent basis? Where? I want you to think about that and take a moment to write that down. Just get quiet and really, really seek the truth. Maybe there was a book that you were supposed to write, an organization or a business that you wanted to start. Maybe you wanted to go back to school. Maybe you just wanted to move out of the country, out of the state. But you put somebody else first. Their needs, their wants first. And now you are the age that you are. And all this time has gone by. Maybe you wanted to travel. Maybe you wanted to sing. Whatever it was, write that down. What needs of yours have you left unmet? Think about that. Think about it. Write it down. Be honest. We're going to stop lying to ourselves today, from this moment forward. We're going to be truth tellers and truth seekers. We're not going to worry about who's texting or who's calling, because this moment belongs to you. How do you know when you are serving versus abandoning yourself? How do you know? How do you feel in your body? Is there any anxiety? Do you get headaches? Are you feeling overly tired? Are you sleeping well? Has it turned you into an emotional eater? You're just eating things you know you shouldn't, or you're not even hungry and you're just trying to comfort yourself. And what voices or beliefs have held you back from investing in yourself? You wanted to go on vacation, or you wanted to purchase something for yourself, for yourself, for yourself. You wanted to do something for yourself. You just needed 15 minutes alone, where you didn't have to run behind anybody, just 15 minutes to be alone. But the other voices, the other needs, the other desires overshadowed what you wanted. And I want you to think about, and you can do this part as many times as you want. I want you to think about one step that you can take today to reclaim your presence, to reclaim your life. What's the one thing that you can do? What's the one phone call you can make? What is the one purchase you can make? What is the one decision that you can make? Even if it's just to go take a bubble bath, to just go take a walk and be alone by yourself. It doesn't have to be some big grand thing. It's just the one step, the one action. And just take your time and to sit in it. Just sit in it. Because today you get to know you. You have lived, or you have existed. When I was about 19 years old, I met a woman in her 80s, and she said something I never forgot. She said, "Live while you can and die when you can't help it." And I noticed there's a lot of walking dead. Lots of people. And they look great on the outside. But if you look in your eyes, if you really look at your life. So think about that one step that you can take. Claim it, own it, do it, and feel good about it. I don't care if you take yourself to dinner, buy yourself some flowers, take yourself to a movie, me time. And I want you to remember this, because I'm going to say it a lot. It is about you. And it's about time. Trust me, I've been there where you are. That's why I always say your story is my story. So I'm going to give you an assignment. I want to make sure that you complete that back burner assessment and the mirror section of your companion work through before watching a whole bunch of videos, like video number 2 that's coming up. If you've done that already, awesome. I want to thank you for showing up for yourself today. Breathe deeply, reflect deeply, live intentionally, and reclaim your presence. And remember, your story really is my story. God bless you. Have an amazing day, one day at a time, on purpose.